So are we ready? Hey, Corey.
All right.
Hello.
So we are recording, and I just want to introduce myself. I am Stephanie Ringold, and I am one of the transfer advisors in Transfer Student Services located in UC 234. And this is one of our Transfer Tuesday events, even though it's taking place on a Thursday. The snow last week kind of messed everything up, and we're just rolling with the punches. And so today we are hosting our Counseling Services Center, and I'm going to go ahead and just open the floor up to them, let y'all take it from here, put myself on mute.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. We appreciate you inviting us to do this. We are super excited to get to know you guys. So my first question for the counseling staff is, what is your name and what do you do for work at TAMUT?
Okay, so who do you want to go first?
Let's go, Corey. I haven't talked to Corey much today.
I knew it. I'm Corey Robertson, one of the counselors here at TAMUT. Last year I did some adjunct work, so that was new and adventurous, but just excited. I've been with the university 2 years now. So that's what I do for the university, along with the events that we offer in programs.
Okay, so I'm going to show my face real quick so everybody can see me since we're all masked up. My name is Brianna Taylor, and I'm a licensed professional counselor with the Counseling Center. I'm also teaching a class this semester, psychology class, which has been a lot of fun. I have been with the university for over 5 years now, and I love my job. I provide counseling services. We do a lot of outreach with other departments. I specialize in trauma. That's kind of my thing, the thing that I enjoy working with, and happy to be here with you guys.
So here's my face. I am Courtney Thomas. I am the counseling development specialist here. I do the administrative stuff. I also do case management, skills training. I do crisis work here. I am yoga certified and also Somatic Experiencing certified. We have another person in the office who's our intern, who's finishing up. She will join us quickly. I'll just text. Yeah. Thank you. So we're kind of bustling in the counseling office today. We were finishing up with students, and then we had more people come in. So we wanted to take the time to serve them as they come in. So our next question is, tell us where you're from. Bree, do you want to start there?
So I was born in El Dorado, Arkansas, but I grew up in Southeast Alaska. I grew up on a little bitty island. There were 750 people in the town. The name of the town is Klawak, and that is the name that or the sound that a raven makes, and that's how it got its name. Yeah, so that was an interesting experience and definitely shaped a lot of who I am. Corey?
Well, Bree's story always more interesting. I was born and raised here in Texarkana. Went to SAU and for undergrad, and that's where I met my wife and lived there for a short stint, but born and raised here in Texarkana, Texas. Lived on the Arkansas side for a while.
All right, so maybe we should ask some of the others. Laking, where are you from?
So I'm originally from California, but I moved out here last June-ish once I got out the Marine Corps.
Awesome. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
All right. Daisy, where are you from?
I'm with TAMUT at NTCC in Mount Pleasant. Stephanie is my coworker. We do the same thing, work with the Title V grant. And so I work with a student engagement, coordinator of student engagement with the students on the Mount Pleasant campus. And so I'm just joining in to get more familiar with the counseling staff. And I was telling Stephanie today is a work from home day and I'm not looking the best, which is why my video is off, but I just wanted to see you guys and be in and listen in on the session and get more familiar. So that when students come to me, it's always good sometimes to put faces with names.
Yes, thank you, Daisy. It's good to have you here.
So I'm logged in on my office, guys. And I also have the intern, that's intern Brooke. She is really cool. So she was with the student and, we're always going to take care of the student. So we just kind of ran over a little bit today. So next question, maybe for Corey to start, is when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I initially wanted to be an accountant.
Ooh,
What?
what's that about?
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Bree, what about you?
I wanted to be a marine biologist. I love the water. I love whales. I wanted to spend all day out on a boat checking out whales.
Nice.
Makes me
Okay.
think of that Adam Sandler movie. Oh,
Yes. 51st Dates.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So what advice would you give to your teenage self?
Ooh.
Shoot.
Who are you asking, Corey?
No, Bree.
So I'm gonna go with Bree on this one.
Okay, so the thing that I constantly say to clients even is that I wish that I had been more courageous when I was younger and stood up for myself when I had opportunities that, I didn't like confrontation. I didn't like conflict. And I still don't, but I have learned how you can stand up for yourself without being confrontational and without, causing a conflict.
Yeah, it's like a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an art to it.
Yeah.
Corey, what about you? What would be your advice?
I should have went first because that was similar to my answer. But also I was thinking, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Just go and live your best life. Embrace every moment.
Yeah.
Very nice, Corey. Mine would be, you don't have to have it all figured out. It's okay to make it up as you go, and it's okay to make mistakes. So what about Mr. Harris? Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Definitely an early bird. I used to go to the gym every day at 4 a.m. And then I feel like I have the most energy in the morning. So all of my big stuff I try to knock out. And even one of the books I read, he says swallow the toad in the morning because you want to get the biggest thing out the way the very start of the day, so you have nothing else to worry about.
I like it.
Great
I'm gonna snap
advice.
to that. Oh, there's Corey snapping.
I'm writing that down. I like that.
Yeah. Corey, what about you? Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I am a night owl.
Sure enough.
I hold on to that bed as long as possible and keep it dark long as possible. And for some reason, I don't know. I do my best reading at night and watch my best movies at night. So I'm a night owl.
Bree?
I am a morning person because I'm old and I have kids. So I'm ready for bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. exhausted with the day and ready to go to bed. Now, when I was younger, I was a night owl, but that has definitely changed as I've gotten older.
Let's get to know our intern, Brooke. Let me do the Vanna. There's Savannah. What about you? Are you a night owl, early bird?
I'm a night owl all the way. It's so hard for me to get up in the mornings. I come alive at night.
Mhm.
Okay, this one's for Corey. Dun, 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 dun. It's like the newlywed game. Is that like where they ask the questions? I don't know. I'm old, so I forget. What was your first job? What did you like? What did you dislike about the job?
First official job.
Yes.
Okay. First official job, I was maintenance at an apartment complex.
Maintenance. So what did you do? Like fix
So
things?
let me rephrase that. I cleaned up the grounds, a groundskeeper at an apartment complex.
Okay, so what was your favorite thing about that job?
It wasn't an all-day task. It was just, I was a teenager, so I did very little work. And it wasn't, I was done by 12 or 1,
So the flexibility it offered you.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. What was your dislike about it? What was the worst thing about that job?
The summer heat
Okay.
and dealing with the allergies.
Oh yeah, that stuffy nose gets you.
Yeah.
Okay. Bree, what was your first job?
So my first job was a summer grant program at our school, and I was a daycare worker. And my favorite part of that job was making $10.66 an hour. Yeah, but it also was like the worst part because it ruined me for life. My next job, I made $2.12 an hour as a waitress. And yeah, I was pretty bitter about that. Also, changing diapers for kids that aren't mine is not a lot of fun.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we're swooping in a serious question. Bree, this one's for you to start. So who has influenced you the most when it comes to your approach for work? Maybe it is your just general task. Maybe it's your counseling task.
Oh, that's easy. It would be my mentor, Ann Pickett, who I had at the Community Mental Health Center. And, she told me the very most important thing always in every session is to just be present, just to listen and be there and hold space for that person. And so I don't feel pressure that I have to do anything in a session other than give the person, some space and time to talk about whatever it is that they need to express.
Yeah, that's very lovely. So that's something that I feel is important to meet the student or the client, whatever we want to call them, where they're at, and just be accepting of them and listen non-judgmentally and just be there for that person.
Exactly.
So thank you for sharing. Corey, same question.
I would have to say my LPC supervisor, Charles Perry. He was also my supervisor at the old job. He always challenged me to be more, push harder, to go deeper, just to be a better version of myself. Don't just settle for less, but try to pull everything out of me that he could get out of me. And so I appreciate that about him. He'll cut me and I didn't realize I was cut until I'm bleeding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he pushed you to your full potential.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's lovely too, because sometimes growth is uncomfortable, but he did it in like a delicate manner, by you realizing the next day, oh, he did that. Yeah, so that is a skill too. So Corey, since you're on my screen, this one is for you. What behavior or personality trait do you attribute to your success?
I would say my calming presence. And I've always been told that I bring a calming presence to the room and help settle an individual or those that are around me. And so I feel like that's the part of me that helps settle not only me, but that individual as well, help bring up about peace about into the room.
Nice. You do have a very calming tone, so I'll throw that out there too at you. Bree, same question.
I would say it's that I strive for a value-driven life. You know, I want to live according to the values that I feel are important. And so that applies across a variety of settings, not just, you know, in the counseling session, but also outside in my own personal life. You know, my values led me to work hard to get my degree and to, you know, it wasn't just about meeting the goals of getting a degree, but learning along the way and taking everything that I could out of that experience.
Great, thank you. So this question is going to be for Brooke. That's me pointing to Brooke. What is your favorite color?
Turquoise.
Turquoise. Okay.
Pink's a close second.
Oh,
Turquoise and pink.
okay. Okay. Those are solid choices. Does anyone else want to share their favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
I like yellow. I painted my bathroom yellow because it's bright and happy, and that's the first place I have to go in the morning. You know, I get in the shower and it's bright and ready to start my day.
Okay, so you don't do coffee first thing in the morning?
No, I don't.
I just heard. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
turns out I never really knew you.
Yeah, I'm a total weirdo. I don't really do caffeine.
Oh,
I mean, coffee, I could take it or leave it.
okay, okay. Anyone else want to share a favorite color? You guys are important to us as well.
You're gonna have to call somebody out.
I'll share mine. I'll share my favorite color.
Okay.
I'm with Corey on the blue. I really like blue. And then with the intern there, pink is my second. So it's kind of two different sides.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo.
All right, thank you for sharing. We like to be silly and have fun up here too. So when you come into the counseling office, it's not always serious. We don't have to come in and have a good cry. Sometimes we need a good laugh. So that's important too, to honor and celebrate all of the emotions that we have. So that's why I like to throw in just some silly stuff too, because it's important to be silly and playful and kind to ourselves. So let's do Brianna next. Tell me about your professional trainings and what treatment modalities do you use the most? So this would be like counseling related, big, hard questions.
Yeah, gotcha. So I was first trained in cognitive behavior therapy. And what I found was that it really wasn't so effective for most of my clients. And this was when I was working at the community mental health center, when everybody I saw had a lot of trauma. So I realized I needed some trauma training. I went to EMDR, that stands for Eye Movement Desensitization Reprocessing. It is a evidence-based program that's been approved by the VA to treat trauma, you know, for war-related trauma or just any form of trauma, childhood trauma, etc. And EMDR was good, but it's also not always appropriate for folks with that early trauma, that early developmental trauma. So maybe they had an adverse experience in childhood. Maybe they had parents that weren't so supportive. Maybe they grew up in extreme poverty. You know, those kind of challenges I feel are best addressed with somatic experiencing. And that's a training that I got. It's a 3-year training program. I got certified a little over a year ago. And I would say somatic experiencing is probably the thing that I use the most. However, I do weave some EMDR in there. I weave a little CBT in there as well. I would say my approach is very eclectic, meaning I just kind of draw from a lot of different sources for what I think is going to be best for each client.
Awesome. Thank you. Corey, same question.
Started out with CBT like Brianna. Of course, we in the similar fields, and we saw it wasn't just totally effective for that population, I should say. And then I went on and got cognitive processing training. Is trauma-based to help folks dealing with trauma. It was okay, but I just wasn't feeling it. Currently, I've gotten certified in brain spotting. Of course, you can use it for trauma along with other type of issues that clients are dealing with. It was produced by David Gran. That's my go-to. That's my baby right now. I use that along with I still use some CBT, but brain spotting, that's my thing right now.
Sweet, thank you. So what I'm hearing is we have a wide variety of trainings that we've been through, and that we just kind of use what's best for that situation. Always the client here is in the driver's seat, so they get to say, you know, what questions they answer, what like treatment procedures they want to do. So if they're not comfortable with something, that's definitely something that we would back up and, you know, find a better way of treatment.
Courtney, are you
yeah.
going to share? Are you going to share your trainings?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this last summer I was trained in yoga. So like I have trauma yoga certification. We haven't started any classes because of COVID yet, but we're looking to do that in the, you know, the non-COVID days that are to come. I also was trained in True Colors personality assessment, so we could do that. I'm also an SEP, so that's the Somatic Experiencing practitioner. That's the 3-year trauma treatment training. And I also worked 8 years at the Community Health Center for Texas, doing crisis interventions. So I have some other trainings related to assessments and threats and crisis situations. So there's that. Next question, Bree, you're on my screen, so let's go for you. What is your favorite hobby?
Ooh, I have several. Probably my favorite one is doing embroidery, hand embroidery, because it's like slow and relaxing, and it's almost hypnotic when I'm doing it. And it's also, you know, I can be creative and make something beautiful.
Sweet. Corey?
Does watching movies count?
Yes.
It does. It does.
Because lately that's been my hobby, is just watching movies. I don't know how that come about, but that's what it is lately.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. So I guess I'm gonna go first on this one. What is the biggest conception about your position? So I didn't say earlier, but I'm also a victims' rights advocate. So if we have any type of situation that happened to our students that like leaves them being a victim of an assault, crime, I am also their advocate to help them through either the academic procedures or say a criminal matter too. So I actually would go to court or go to hospital or wherever to be a supportive service. So there's a little bit of a misconception with that. Sometimes I can come across as like maybe protecting, but maybe also, I don't know how to say it. Maybe being a little abrasive by trying to protect our students. So that would be more of an outside source perspective, I would think, if that makes any sense to you guys. So Bree, what about you?
So I think the biggest misconception is that I've heard anyway, is that we're not real therapists. I know I've heard that one a lot. And, you know, Corey and I have the same licensure that any other licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas has. We have the same educational requirements that we had to pass the national counselor exam. We had to complete our supervised hours. So it's a little insulting to hear that we're not real therapists, because we are real therapists. We've been real therapists outside of the university. And we're actually highly trained. We're good therapists. So we have some training that a lot of people in the community don't have. So that would be the biggest misconception that I've heard.
Corey, what about you?
Thinking the therapists have to be perfect themselves. We are human and we have problems just like everybody else. So shouldn't, I guess, have that notion that, oh, this person, they're perfect, they got it all together. No, we if those that have been in the field, therapists need a therapist. So we have to have our outlet as well.
Yeah, thank
I
you
do
for
have a
saying
question.
that.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I do
go
have a
ahead.
question on this topic here, because when I talk to students and I recommend they come up and talk with y'all, a lot of students, there is a stigma attached to going to talk to a therapist or talk to someone in counseling services. But some students also feel as if they're not going to get a spiritual session, that they won't get that kind of treatment, I guess you can call it. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes, definitely. So earlier I said we meet the client or the student where they're at. If they're searching for something spiritually, our intern here is actually specializing in spiritual counseling, Christian counseling, but our very own Corey Robinson is a pastor outside of A&M and offers a lot of Christian counseling services. Bree, and I'm speaking for everyone, Bree's also a spiritual being. I would say, Bree, you do more like just general spirituality, you know?
Yeah, I've seen clients from all faiths, and it's like you said, you meet them where they're at. I've had to do some learning and some education on finding out about other religions and some of the basic tenets of those religions, so that I can better understand my clients' spiritual paths and what that means to them.
Corey, do you want to add anything? I feel like I just spoke for you, and that's not fair.
No, that's fine. I was just echoing the fact that we meet them where they're at. Try not to, we know spirituality is a big component of counseling and a person's life. but sometimes we have to wait for them to open that door to walk right in. So I think it's a great, this is a great time. So Stephanie, you can let them know we do offer that, and we're happy and available to provide them that for that type of service.
Yeah, and I know it's always nice to get a client who asks for a certain thing. So if you have that awareness, that is awesome. And so just share what you're looking for, and we're going to do everything that we can to meet that need. Sorry, Brie, I interrupted.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, and also, you know, for people that aren't religious but consider themselves spiritual, we also work with those clients. You know, some people find spirituality out in nature. You know, wherever a person is, that's where we're going to meet them. So you don't have to have any specific belief system to get treatment or for us to work with you.
So confidentiality, guys, we have to follow the same guidelines that say a hospital or your regular doctor would offer. You can actually sue us if we break confidentiality. So I want to throw that in there too. Corey, Bree, what does confidentiality mean to you guys?
Confidentiality is the basis of the therapeutic relationship. So a person is not going to feel comfortable talking to you if they have to be concerned that what you're going to say is escaping the four walls that you're in. So confidentiality is critically important for building a good rapport and therapeutic relationship.
Yeah, it's that trust factor. I'm trusting you with this information that you're going to keep this in this setting. And when they know that you're holding that, they're more open to share more information. So it's vitally important.
Yes, thank you guys. And so our actual client system that we use here in the counseling office is separate from what any other department would use. It's separate from your student records or your accounting records here at the campus. And we are the only ones that have access to this. So our boss, Carl Gregg, doesn't even get to see who comes into our office or see our records. So that is something very important to us, confidentiality. Okay, moving right along. This question is for Brooke. There's my Vanna White. What is your favorite food?
Oh, that's easy. Chicken spaghetti.
Chicken spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
Do you put cream cheese in yours? No, okay. You can do it.
Lots and lots of cheddar. Lots.
Okay, just cheddar. Cheddar everywhere.
Cheddar is better.
Okay, okay. Who else wants to answer the favorite food question?
Mine is also pasta in the form of lasagna. It can be a veggie lasagna, a meat lasagna. I don't care how it's prepared. I will eat it.
I'm going to go with a chimichanga from Amigo One.
Very
That's
specific.
also a solid choice, Corey.
Or a fried pork chop.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness. Miss Daisy, I would like to get to know you. Do you have a favorite food? Oh, I'm putting her on the spot. No, okay. So my favorite food would be a big greasy cheeseburger that I'm gonna have to unhinge my jaw to eat. So I'm gonna have to really get in there and live that life. So that one's mine. Next question would be for Bree, since you're on my screen. If you could snap your fingers and become an expert in something, what would it be?
Oh, I already know this, and Corey and I are going to have the same answer. It would be psychiatry. We would be psychiatrists. That's where the big money's at.
Okay, so big money's there.
We've
Corey,
we've had that conversation before.
Yeah.
okay, how did I miss that then?
Well, we played around. We didn't take school seriously maybe the first time around.
Right.
So we got a late start in life, but yeah, if we had planned better, we would be psychiatrists today.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it seems to have worked out for you in the end. So maybe that was your path that you were supposed to follow.
Most definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can relate to that too. I feel like my path has been like around corners and taken twists and turns, but has wound up being okay for me. So there's that. Corey, since you're on my screen, what energizes you outside of work? We want to know the real Corey Robinson here.
My love for my family.
Ah,
That's my motivation. Want to
lovely.
be the best dad and the best husband that I can be for them.
Okay, so you're a family man.
Yes.
Okay, what else? What else energizes you?
Of course, my love for Christ and want to see people delivered and live their best life, and so church as well. So that goes together.
Thank you. That was nice. Bree, same question.
So I love like the great outdoors, spending time with my family. We take, my car up to Albert Pike and just play and go swimming and fishing and really just spending quality time with my family.
Nice. Thank you. So we're in stressful times, guys. I don't know if you've heard of this little thing called COVID-19. It's a new virus that is a thing. Makes us all Zoom and wear masks. But what would be your tip to like help us in these crazy times? Do we have a specific tip or thing that helps us?
You want me to start?
Sure.
I want whoever to go.
I'm gonna say what helps me. Staying connected to family, friends, those that are close to me, just keeping that connection and staying in touch with everyone. Of course, my prayer and devotional time, doing things that keeps me centered and grounded. And I think everybody has to find that, whatever that is, to keep them focused, because you can turn on the news every day and see something about COVID, and it just, it weighs on you. So it's important to focus on what's around you and what's most important.
Yeah, I agree with Corey on that. It's well, and it's also kind of back to what Corey said too about like understanding, or maybe it was you, Courtney, that said, understanding that we don't have to have it all figured out. We don't have to have all the answers. It's not on us. Also learning to step away from stressors that I can step away from, like watching the news and doom scrolling and when COVID first started, I was checking that coronavirus ticker every single day, and I haven't checked it in probably 3 weeks. And now I check it like maybe once a month. But for a while there, it was, checking it constantly to see where things were. And that's my own anxiety, about wanting to keep my family safe and keep myself safe. But as time has gone on, we've also learned more about the virus and how it's transmitted and how we can reduce our risk. So following the advice and guidelines that have been given. And like Corey said, taking care of myself, doing the things that feed my soul. You know, the things that help me stay grounded.
For me, I have really been trying to be kinder to myself, so less judgmental, giving myself more breaks, you know, because we have all of these decisions to make, you know, which mask do I wear today? My thing the other day was, do I get on the elevator with other people? You know, is that appropriate? And so we have all of these extra decisions, all of these extra things in our head. And so I make it an act to be kind and forgiving to myself. That makes sense. Our brains are also wired for negativity. We're supposed to be checking out those risks. And we're living in a risky time with COVID. And so it's easy for our brains to go there. And because that's basic survival. So just trying to be kind and make it a point to be positive. This question is for anyone. What do you have a hidden talent and what is it? Where are the talents?
Corey?
I don't know if I have any hidden talents.
Y'all haven't seen him in the pulpit. He seems really calm and quiet right now, but if you see this man in the pulpit, you'll be like, who is that? He is on fire. So Corey definitely has a gift at, you know, what he does at church for sure. And I don't know if I have a talent, but I like to decorate cakes and I like to bake and I like to, you know, just do creative stuff. I like to paint. I may not be good at it, but I enjoy it.
What about our intern here? Does our intern have a talent?
I can yodel.
Ooh.
She yodels.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Might have to hang out sometime, see how that goes. Okay. Let's see. Another hard one. What do you like the most and what do you like the least about your job at Texas A&M University, Texarkana? And please don't show our boss this, Stephanie.
I'm not gonna make any promises.
Oh, no.
Without a doubt, the worst part of the job, and this is just the worst part of a therapist job in general, is paperwork, progress notes. You know, you got to write up a whole essay about what happened in a session. And so the paperwork is the worst part of the job. The best part of the job is seeing your clients be successful and meet their goals.
Can I just say agree? Yeah. Paperwork, the worst part. Knowing that you put a smile on someone's face, that's rewarding, and knowing that they, it's like they get it and they don't need you anymore. They're moving on. That's rewarding within itself.
Yeah.
And you get that part of like, that's what this is all about right here.
Right. That's what we say, right? A successful therapist works their way out of their job, right? Because your client doesn't need you anymore. They can handle life on their own terms.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you, guys. If you could trade places with someone here at the university for a day, who would you trade places with and what is their job or what would that look like?
I like my job.
Yeah, I don't know that I would trade with anybody. I love my job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
all
sure, I
right.
sure wouldn't want, like Carl's job or Dr. Cotrier's job. That's a whole lot of responsibility and a whole lot of work. And not that we don't have responsibility and work, but not at the level those folks have to perform at.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I show that we have about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do one last big question and then maybe open it for questions that you guys may have that we haven't answered. We've kind of been silly, we've kind of thrown in some serious things, but this would be your opportunity to ask us anything. So the last question is, what is the best advice that you've received lately, and what would your advice be for the participants today?
That's a tough one, Courtney.
I will go. I added something to our counseling Facebook page earlier. Shout out to counseling Facebook page. You can go hit like or follow on however that works, but this is my Vanna White shout out. So the advice is, know this: some people will not hear you regardless of how much, how loud, how truthful, how loving, or how profound you speak. Wish them well and let them go. So to me, that means live your truth, love where you're at, be good for you, and move forward. So I had time to prepare that. Sorry, Bree and Corey, you did not.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of truth to that whole thing that, most of the time when people have an issue, it's not really about you. It's more what's going on inside of them. I see a lot of people that come into my office that feel terrible about how somebody has treated them. And, I tell them it's not about you. It's about what's going on inside that person. Because, nice people don't go around trying to destroy other people.
I'm gonna use one of my old ones that one of my mentors shared with me. Nobody can beat you being you.
I like that, Corey.
Okay, so thank you guys for answering these questions. And Brooke, I appreciate you being available for me to put you on the spot. That was nice of you. Do you guys have any questions for us, or anything that we didn't cover? Anything you would like to add?
Lakin has his hand up.
So is this a every Tuesday thing? I mean, supposed to be every Tuesday thing?
No, we do things about once a month. And I should know this right off the top of my head, but like next month, we're going to do career services. And it will
Okay.
be on a Tuesday. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And then how else would people know like where the counseling center is?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
Yes.
So like where is it?
Oh, where is it? Okay, so
Mhm.
first of all, I want to add that we do different outreach, we do different programming. One thing that is just specific for our office is we're doing a weekly group. So it's a creative arts group, and you come in and we create different things, we connect, we talk about, whatever's going on. And that's every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. But our office is located in the University Center 427. So when you get off the elevator, you're going to turn to the left and we're the first suite on the right. Our doors or our windows are all like mirror tinted so that we can protect the confidentiality of someone that's in our space, but we can still see out so that, you know, if there's someone lost, we can help them too. Do we have time for a tour, Miss Stephanie? If I could
A
log
few
on?
minutes.
I would say, yeah, go ahead and do a quick tour. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, well, let me try to log back on with the cell since I'm on a desktop. Hmm. Do you want to hold down the fort here and I'll like start from the elevator maybe? Give you guys a way. Oh, I don't know this passcode.
Is it looks like Laking is here on campus.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm actually right
Yeah.
in front of this.
Okay, that looks like the
That's the
third
third.
floor.
Yeah, it looks
It
like he's
is.
at Sarah's office.
Mhm.
Yep. So I was actually going upstairs right now too.
Awesome. Well, come
Oh
on up
my
and you can
goodness.
see our suite.
So I'm actually gonna
Okay.
meet you at the elevator if that's okay.
Yeah. That
And you
works.
could give us our tour.
There you go.
I don't know where you're gonna come from, but
Okay,
that
okay,
works.
well, this is gonna happen. Let's see. Let's see what we can do.
So do I go
I
upstairs?
will.
Yeah, if you're
Or do I
on the
wait on the
third
third
floor,
floor?
head to the fourth floor.
Okay. I thought she was on the third floor.
No, we're up on the fourth.
Okay.
I will say while we're waiting on them, to answer the question is if you don't know where to go, reach out to your academic advisor and we'll be happy to walk you up there and just hand you off so you don't get lost. So we don't mind doing that either.
Oh, here.
All
How
right.
do we get?
Here you go.
All right, I'm here. You want me to do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I did something wrong.
No.
Okay, I'm in charge. This is scary. Okay, so we just got off the elevators. And then we turn to our left and then here's the counseling office. Thank you for being this too. There we are. We have hearts on our thing. So let's go on in. Let's see. Guys, it is dirty today, but we've been working. So here's our coffee bar, table, our desk here with lots of things. Here's our hangout / lobby. Yeah, let's see. So this is our hall. Lots of things happen in this hall. Here's my secretary.
I accidentally muted Lakin. I'm so sorry.
No, it was terrible feedback.
So you have to mute your side.
Okay, before I go in any further. Okay, so there's breathe space. We want to make it homey. And here's this lovely hall again. And Corey's space is locked. Because Corey's at home today. Social distancing. Here's Corey's space. So we like to provide a comfortable environment for everyone. Yes, that holiday.
We are.
And you can have this one. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. I would have never.
And we might want to add that we're currently, for those that need face-to-face, we're currently seeing some clients in Bree's office since she have the bigger office for the social distancing.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Corey. And we are rotating days, so you may come up here and find Corey one day and me the next. We're trying to reduce our risk of spreading any germs, so we're taking turns as far as who's in the office from day to day. And Stephanie, I think that was it that we had. Did y'all have anything else that you needed to ask?
I don't have anything else. My big one, I've already asked it. Daisy, do you have any questions for them? Real quick.
Nothing that I can think of. Maybe one thing now with the students that I serve, they do online and face-to-face, but if they needed to set up appointment with you guys, you also provide virtual services, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking that, and I just wanted to get it confirmed. So.
Yes, we use a HIPAA compliant platform that's called Doxy. And we transitioned to that right after COVID hit, and we were using that up until here recently when we just started offering a few folks face-to-face appointments.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Students can call or text our counseling phone. I'll put that in the chat. They can just walk in. They can email us at counseling services. We're pretty flexible in as far as scheduling an appointment.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to wrap this up, and I really do appreciate y'all for doing this for us. And Courtney did put the phone number in the chat. So if you need that information, you can get that. And she also put that it's TAMUT Counseling Center on Facebook. So you can find them and like their page. So I guess if nobody else has anything, we're going to wrap this up, and we will have our next Transfer Tuesday on March 23rd, and that will be career services. So it'll be Zoom 12 to 1. I hope you can attend, but we will put this on our Facebook page, Texas A&M University Transfer Student Services. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye, y'all.